I remember my first time here in New York when I came here for the first time. I have a lot of dreams in my mind about what's possible do in New York about art and the connection with people. But it's difficult, especially in New York, especially in big cities, you know what I'm saying? Because probably a lot of people come to this country with a lot of dreams, you know what I'm saying? And when you are arriving here, it's totally different. And now, 3 years later, I have opportunity to make one solo exhibition. I think that's beautiful and it's grateful.
What have been some of the challenges for you?
Yeah, a lot of challenge. First, I'm street art too, and I started this process in Brazil, in São Paulo. I'm from Brazil. My family is from Brasilia, the capital in Brazil, but probably before living in New York, I lived in São Paulo for 12 years. When I started to make art again in Brazil, I decided to go outside, you know what I'm saying, and looking for something more interesting because when you work in your studio alone, it's totally different. And when you when you went outside, it's magic because you have opportunity, this connection with people, but that's different because you cannot decide what kind of people you want to meet, you know what I'm saying? When you're working outside in the street, it's totally different. A lot of different people come to your area for talk with you, and sometimes it's cool, sometimes a little danger, and a lot of histories. Yeah, and when I start to make art again, I have a lot of challenge because my main formation in interior design, you know what I'm saying? I work in São Paulo for probably 10 years in famous architecture offices, interior design offices. And when I started to make art, and I changed all my life, you know what I'm saying? Something like I have one totally different lifestyle, and when I start making art and you know what I'm saying, just art 100% my time, I saw my life totally different, you know what I'm saying? 2 months later, choose this kind of life for me. When I saw there's no more money, no money for food, no money for renting my house in São Paulo, and I can stop and observe if what's going on. I don't have more money for making my things, and I can solve. Oh, okay, now it's totally different because now I have a 100% is my time just for me, but I need to stop and observe and think about how can I use in my time, because you just can creating, you know what I'm saying? Don't think about there's another things you need to do, you know what I'm saying? And this is for me, this is my first challenge, you know what I'm saying? This challenge about money and challenge for I don't have more money for make a lot of things I made in the past, you know what I'm saying? There's this totally different lifestyle. But in the same time, it is really beautiful because when you don't have money, you need to think about different, you know what I'm saying? You need to looking for another ways to survive in the world. And this is hard, but at the same time, that's beautiful. Another challenge, when you come into another country, especially when you're Latin people and the black people, we need to talk a little bit these things because this is really true. You know what I'm saying? In Brazil, the situation is a little bit different, but when I arrived in here in US, I feel like, oh, what's going on here? Because the things here, this is a little bit different about Brazil. You know what I'm saying? In Brazil, the conflict about white people and the black people is a little bit different. I think in US, something different happened here in the past. People really fight about this. And when I arrive in here, I can saw the situations, but in the same time, I have another thing that's really true. Whatever your color, if you don't have money, you can stay in my space. if you don't have a money for take one soda or water or a beer, get out here, bitch. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times this is happening with me in New York. You know what I'm saying? I went to some bars and clubs for meeting people and making my drawings. I call this doc drawing, this documentary work. And when I arrived in there and I started making just drawings, the security come to my way and I feel like, what are you doing here? You can't do this here. I feel like, what do you mean, man? I'm just drawing. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is that? No, get out here. We don't want you here. When I saw myself in this situation the first time in New York, I'm really making a lot of questions for myself because a lot of people when talk about New York, oh, New York is amazing for art, New York is amazing. Yeah, it's amazing, but depends what kind of place do you want to go, you know what I'm saying? And that is really sad, this situation. This bad experience, this good experience. In the same time, I met in New York a lot of people that really enjoy myself, that really support me, just really trust in my work, you know what I'm saying? And this is really beautiful because some friends I met in the subway for 15 minutes and 1 weekend late when I don't have a more home, I send one email for these people like, hey dude, I don't have a home, I need to live in this place in 3 days, you know somewhere I can go in for stay for a few days. Hey dude, come here, we have a food, we have one room for you, bed, you know what I'm saying? Come on here, we can support you. We want to do this for you, you know what I'm saying? And that's beautiful, you know what I'm saying? This is really beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You need to breathe. That's the key. You need to breathe and stop and observe around and remember in the world I have this kind of situation, this kind of people, you know what I'm saying? And keep it going because the situation just always happen. One day, after 1 month, after 1 week, always some situation arriving for you for test yourself again, you know what I'm saying? When you think about, oh, everything's good now, oh, suddenly one crazy shit for you, and you need to stop and observe and breathe. You feel like, okay, let's see now again, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need to breathe. Breathe is the key for the same. Meditation, you know what I'm saying? Art for me, it's a meditation. I make art because art is my life. If I don't make art, it is impossible for me to live in this kind of world. You know what I'm saying? I don't make art for make a money and I need to do art because for me it is really important. You know what I'm saying? This is my way to survive in the world. And after make this, I can stop and think, observe and think about how can I use this for making work, make business, making money, you know what I'm saying? But first I make for me because I need to paint, I need to do drawings, I need to dance, I need to practice my dancing, you know what I'm saying? And after make these things, I can stop and observe, I feel like, now I can, maybe I can go outside and working with my clothes rack in the street. It's like a street art. I can try some exhibitions, solo exhibitions, collective exhibitions, you know what I'm saying? When you really have a 100% of your time for you need to think about how you can use better your time, because if you don't plan, you're losing yourself, you know what I'm saying? And that's a little dangerous.
I'm curious about the physical appearance too, because it seems like you put forth the art with your clothing and the paint.
So when I started painting clothes, when I go outside for the first times and I walk in the street here in New York, I can saw in people this one different reactions, you know what I'm saying? People, especially in the night, people really scared, you know what I'm saying? Because I have some shapes, it's like a more beautiful, and I have a more tricky and different shapes. And when I painted them, it's really to be different. And when I started watching these reactions about people outside, I feel like, wow, something's going on here. I don't know exactly what, but I know some way this clothes now, this protect myself, you know what I'm saying? In Brazil, we can say forjando armaduras. And when this name came to my mind, I felt, wow, this is completely making sense, because I felt now my clothes this way, something like a armor, something like a armadura, you know what I mean? And I felt, yeah, that's true. And experience after experience, I really can saw these armors, this really protect myself, you know what I'm saying? When you are black people, when you walk in the street, the policy always try to come to your way and talk to you and question yourself. But when I started using my armors, when I went outside and walk in the street, I don't felt more scary about policy, about dangerous situations, and I really felt this my armors make people going out, you know what I'm saying? People don't have a courage just to come to my way, and then, you know what I'm saying, and making questions for myself.
I think it lets people know a certain degree too that if they want to engage, they're gonna see something unique maybe or something different.
Yeah, because you know, when I was kid, I have a lot of problems, and when I grow up, because when I was kid, I'm really have in myself something about girls, something about masculine and feminine, you know what I'm saying? And people never understand this in myself, and I have a lot of problems. I remember when I was kid, when somebody try make me feel, put me down, you know what I'm saying? Make me feel upset. People don't said a lot of things about my color, but people said a lot of things about my sexuality. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're gay, you're nah, 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 nah. And then now, 22 years late, these armors, that's different, because I really felt people don't understand myself. It's not about more, oh, you're gay, you're straight, you're queer. When people looking for myself, people really don't understand, and people can't judge myself, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's good, because this protects myself. I have a lot of people sometimes looking for me for, oh, you look at a woman. I feel like, okay, girl, if you think I'm a look at a woman, I can be a fucking woman. You know what I mean? Because after 4 years ago, I started using my clothes. In the past, there's a little bit different. It's not about my men's clothes and the woman's clothes. I really start to make one mix. When I put one beautiful dress or the skirt or something more naked, when you went outside, people really start to want crazy reactions. But now, in the same time, when I put one skirt or one beautiful dress, people don't have more this kind of reactions, because in the same time, my clothes, it's not about more clothes, it's about more armors, and sometimes I have my all face painting, you know what I'm saying? And I felt these things protect myself in the street, you know what I'm saying?
It seems like it's relatable to people. Have you felt like you connected with people over it?
Yeah, because, you know, in the same time, this scares some people. In another time, a lot of people really like and really feel curious for talking and know about this and know about my art. One day here in New York, I remember one guy asking for me man, what do you mean your art? Because people don't understand better yourself. And I said for him, I like, okay, people can they understand better myself, but I don't matter because I don't make my art for people. I don't make my art for outside. I make my art for me. And 5 years ago, when I keeping my art for myself again, I feel okay, now never stop, just keeping creating, practice, you know what I'm saying? And let's go. And whatever people said outside, no be afraid, just keeping going, keeping creating, you know what I'm saying? And for me, whatever, if people don't understand myself, and if people don't like me, I like me, I love myself. This is more important. If people don't like me, is that okay? You know what I'm saying?
Is there something that you think about when you're making art, or is it more of a, like you said, it's a meditation, it's a practice?
Oh no, my art is totally intuitive, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of artists have serious problems about this because people think a lot for do something. And in the past, I have a lot of this kind of problems in my life, you know what I'm saying? When I made some drawings, I looking for my drawings, like, this is not good, I don't like it, you know what I'm saying? You need to trust in yourself, you need to, you know what I'm saying? You need to believe in yourself. And this is more important, you know what I'm saying? And another thing I believe too, a lot of people went to school for learn about art. That's great, you know about what people make in the past, but in the same time when people put a lot of reference inside your mind, you block your intuition, you block your true essence. I don't know exactly this word. You know what I'm saying? And is that okay? Another what people make in the past, that's good for you learn and put in practice in the investigation. But what you can do, what you can try, you know what I'm saying? This put out this reference about what people do in the past, but you know what I'm saying? That's freedom. You don't need to think about a lot. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just drawings, just make a drawing, just painting, just dancing, just play music. You know what I'm saying? Just simple. But people create a lot of problems behind art. You know what I'm saying? And I know what I'm talking about because when I was kid, I have a lot of problems about this. You know what I'm saying? I make a lot of things, dancing and paintings, but I never like. For me, it's always shit. You know what I'm saying? And looking for other people, oh, your work is beautiful, but I don't like mine. You know what I'm saying? I don't like what I do, and I always feel sad about my work. You need to change your mind. If you change your mind, if you change your thoughts, everything change around you. You know what I'm saying? And this is more important. If you just believe what you do it's not good, that's impossible. You know what I'm saying? You need to practice this kind of thoughts in your mind. You know what I'm saying? Put in practice. Because this, I believe, this meditation, it's really important for humans because this is one interesting tool you can use for understand better your mind. You know what I'm saying? That's magic. Meditation is magic. You know what I'm saying? You can observe your thoughts and feel, okay, I think about myself this way. I think about the world this way. That's interesting. You know what I'm saying? And when you saw the thoughts you have in your mind, it's not good. You can put in practice something for change. You know what I'm saying? This situation inside in your mind.
Does the word Genesis mean anything special to you?
Oh yes, because Genesis for me, that's interesting because one day when I walk in the street, when I looking for the floor, I saw one small object. I have this name Genesis, and for me, it makes completely sense in my mind because always something like a Genesis. You know what I'm saying? Every day is Genesis. Every year is Genesis. You know what I'm saying? You're always starting something different. It's always new. It's all, you know what I'm saying? And when I saw in this object in the floor, when I found this object in the street, for me it's making completely sense. I feel like, wow, that's true. And I brought this name for this exhibition today. Mm-hmm. You don't need to, oh, now I'm sit down here and think about my task, about the names for my exhibition, about everything. No, just keeping creating the things starting appear for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't need looking for. If you, the things come to your way. You know what I'm saying?
That seems like a lot of what you've done being out doing art in the city as well, just being open to things coming in.
Yeah, I really love working the street. It's hard, it's not easy, but it's magic, you know what I'm saying? Almost all my friends in New York, almost all my clients, I met outside in the street, you know what I'm saying? It's not only one private space. I want to try some things different because you know what I'm saying? Why not? Why not try another things for your life? You know what I'm saying? Something like, I'm just make this. No, you can do a lot of things different. I remember when I made these glasses, probably 3 years ago, and the same thing. I never think about, oh, I want to do some glasses different. You know what I'm saying? One day in my house, I have one glasses for cinema move, 3D glasses, and I take off the lens. And I remember having this material after make one scenographer in Brazil. And the floor, maybe if I put this here and attach in here, and in 5 minutes I made it, you know what I'm saying? And I started using this artwork. Some people like, but some people hate, and I don't know why some people hate this. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, man, just one glasses. What's wrong? Some people really feel something like uncomfortable when see myself using these glasses. When people looking for myself and saw my body painting my face, especially because I like to use the black ink. And this situation make people think about this, it's not body paint, this is tattoo. And people scare a lot because people, holy shit, yo, what the fuck? You have a tattoo and all over your face, you're crazy, man, you know what I'm saying? And now I can saw too, this my body painting protect myself a lot, you know what I'm saying? When I went outside and dangerous situations on the street, you know what I'm saying? People are really scared. People really don't have a courage to come to my way and try something because it's stranger and it's not about gay, straight. It's different. What the fuck is that? And I don't know what the fuck is that. And I don't know what the fuck is possible is going on. And maybe it's better I keeping myself away. You know what I'm saying? You know, I felt crazy feelings when I painted my body. Something like about ancestors' feelings, you know what I'm saying? Something like when I don't feel good, I can make one body painting looking for the mirror and saw myself in this another way, you know what I'm saying? I think this body painting practice, it's one kind of work, it's magic too. And we're losing this kind of art because especially when we start to use a lot of clothes, you know what I'm saying? And you don't have this kind of art to do in your body because when you're original people don't use a lot of clothes and people use natural inks for make a beautiful body paintings and you know what I'm saying, for enjoy, for celebration, for for a lot of things. And when I saw this situation happen in my life, I thought, ooh, I want to keep in this practice too. I don't want to stop more, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and today I have a lot of art in my art, drawings, painting clothes, body painting, my dancing, flute, you know what I'm saying? It's magic, it's infinite process, you know what I'm saying? But you need to practice. You need to practice because if you don't practice, it's different, you know what I'm saying? It's totally different if you make something today and after 2 months you make another thing. No, you need to practice for keeping the connections in your mind, for keeping your mind always new and keeping this breath in your body, you know what I'm saying? This fresh air in your mind, this fresh air in your body. And creating, after creating, you can saw emerge new things for you, you know what I'm saying? You can learn with yourself, you know what I'm saying? You don't need more to looking for a reference for creating something, you know what I'm saying? You just starting some process, it's like a more meditation and intuitive.